It was a rough week, really rough week, y'all. Parents of autistic children, you know what I mean. I'm doing a little different kind of video. I'm working on my visuals, I'm working on things alongside with you. I'm going to explain what happened this week, why I think it was so rough, and what I'm doing about it. And this is going to be the first video in a series where I'm updating you on these things and if they're working. Okay, it was hard. My son has been sleeping horribly all week. We had a few nights that were different than normal. We were out later than normal for a variety of reasons. I realized it was actually 3 days this week, which is not good. For any kid, getting off their schedule is not great, but with autistic children, it can be real bad. And I realized he really hasn't gotten a good night's sleep like all week. And last night in particular, I got up. There were a few times I got up with the baby. And I got up and he was just stimming. He was stimming. That's what he does. That's like the main thing. He rocks in his bed. He has a safety bed, thankfully, so he's going on the mesh, but he's been doing this since he was an infant where he goes back and forth and bangs his head over and over, and that means he can't sleep. And I actually was gearing up to make this video just now, like so hopeful. He seemed like he was asleep. I was so hopeful, like, oh, we're gonna have a better night. And he just started crying and then stimming, and I basically just went and was a human blanket for him. And he hates blankets, he'll throw them out. So we can't really do a weighted blanket. So I became his weighted blanket for a few minutes until he calmed down. It sounds like he's asleep again. I'm very hopeful. But yeah, so the lack of sleep paired with a lot of meltdowns this week. And I felt so weird and almost guilty because I'm editing these videos that I filmed like a week or two ago when he was doing well about like our leucovorin journey and how he's doing well and making these communication strides. And it's not that those things are suddenly not true, but like we experienced some regression this week. There were some days that it was pretty much just meltdown after meltdown all day. And I figure, what else is there to do about it? I can just like, oh man, I guess we're regressing, or I can be the mom and step up and just do whatever I can about this. I'm laminating these sheets, by the way. So that's what I'm going to do. It was a kick in the pants to finish up some of the visuals that I haven't done yet to try to help him, support him more. Yeah. And so I did a video about how we chose to do ABA therapy and why we chose to do it. But right now, our ABA is actually just a couple times a week at home, and it's parent training based. And so the really good thing about that is I'm able to take those things. It's very personalized, but I'm able to take those things and share them. BCBA has been providing us with several visuals, and it's giving me ideas for more visuals and things working for him. And so in this first video, I'm going to share my ideas for how I'm going to support my son better. And then I'm going to do a weekly update for the next month. And this is part of my commitment to making sure I actually follow through on these things. And then I'll let you know if these things are actually helping. I'm so hopeful that it'll help. And I am feeling genuinely discouraged right now because he had the worst week he's had in years, I think. And especially after he's been making progress since we started leucovorin, since we've been doing diet changes, and to have a week like this is very discouraging. But I'm the mom. I'm the one who can make the choices to help him, support him, and nobody else is going to do it, right? I have to. I mean, my husband too. He'll be there as best we can. But okay, so let me show you what I made, and I'll just do that along the way. I'll tell you what we're working on. So I worked on some basic reminder signs because there's some things he's really been struggling with, in particular with like he wants to help cook and stuff. And I still will be right there with like danger, but the sign for like if things are hot, signs as reminders to turn off the light. There's certain things he's been getting really fixated on. Like we have a coffee grinder that we used to keep out on the counter, and we can't now because he keeps trying to press the button and it could break it. And of course there's like blades and stuff. So we're being more careful with what is out and what is accessible, but we're going to work on learning, leave it alone, turning off the sink, just some basic things like that. I have one that is ask a grown-up for help, and someone that in places like he has the ability to open the gate that goes into the kitchen, but it's a gate that's supposed to be closed so the baby can't get in. And so I'm trying to get the kids to ask for help instead of just opening it themselves. So things like that are when I'm going to put that on. Okay, so following through with some of the visuals that I haven't made yet is one of the things. But the main places he's been having meltdowns are in travel. So when we're going somewhere, we've been going to church a lot. We had like the big church bake sale that my husband was in charge of this week. And that's part of why there were some late nights this week. And so our BCBA suggested a travel bag with some just key things that we always have access to. So I bought this little bag. I'm going to show you what I put in it so far. And I'll link some just suggested things for a similar bag like this with my Amazon affiliate links below. But okay, so I got a stress ball for him. I'm going to try out a couple different ones, but this is the one we have in right now. It's nice and hard and it has some ridges so he can like feel it this way. But then, you can really squeeze it. It's not going to break or anything. And then just a little sketch pad. It's Cocomelon themed because he likes Cocomelon. But just something to do when he's feeling stressed. And then the next big thing, and this is where I've been really seeing progress with the visuals at home, but when we go out, I haven't found a good way to like have them accessible. I have this idea. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm going to let you all know how it goes, but using a photo album, just like with little 4x6 slots for the visuals so that I can I just have like, I'm going to put some key ones in here and then have them in this go that we're always going to have with us. And let's see. So I don't think I need to laminate these because I can just put them in the slots. So we're going to try that. And I basically made like mini versions of some of the things I already had. So there's a first then board that we use at home. And so the first then board is best used when there's a desired preferred item that's not immediately available. And so we have like a little card that shows a timer. So we'll say, oh, first timer, and then we use the visual timer. And then whatever, smoothie, he loves making smoothies. Or if he's not sure what's happening next and he's starting to get stressed about it, that's another time. We'll do, okay, first that, this, this. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see if it fits in. Slide it in. Okay, fits pretty well. First then, board. Okay, and then a choice. Okay, choice board. I'm doing a mini choice board. And what I did actually, even though the actual choice board, they're smaller than what I'm using at home, I'm making them so that the cards are the same size, the actual place where the cards will go, so that I don't have to print resize all the card for each thing. Like the cards themselves get to be a standard size. So choice board can be anytime there's really a choice. The big choice board, the normal one I have, has 3 potential choices that I could put. This one just has 2 because that's what fit for the travel size. But normally it's either when it's just like a choice between things and letting him know that he has a choice. But it also could be when he's starting to get upset and, okay, here are 2 things that we feel better. Which one do you want? Okay, let's see. Did I make it the right size to fit in? You have to trim it down. Okay, yeah, looks like going to fit. Okay, this is actually very satisfying. So put it in. Okay, and then, the next ones I'm going to cut available, not available, wait, and then stop, go, wait boards. That one I didn't really outline. This one I just did a simple. Okay, but this bothered me. There's too much on that side. Before I put it in my official visuals pack course that I'll be putting up for sale, I'll make them look more pretty. That's why I'm experimenting with them first to make sure they work too, so that before I'm providing them to the community at large, I'm making sure that it is functional. Okay. Will not be able to wait because that's something that comes up a lot where he's requesting a certain thing. And so I'm going to have that. Stop, go, wait. The stop, go, wait is more something that we use for practice to teach him. It's like a safety thing, right? You need to stop. Sometimes you need to wait. You need to come back to me. And so we're going to have that handy. So I have a visual. What I might do too, this is like where I can point to one, but I might have like 3 separate pages for this one that I put in this little portable thing too, so that I can literally just hold it up, like hold up a stop sign or a go sign. Okay, the next one is the feelings board that I have at home. This is part of my free printables that will be linked in the description, but it's really been helping him to be able to identify his feelings. And so I think a portable one, the go, will be good. I might make one even I pin up like in his behind his car seat where he can see it too. That's the nice thing. You can just print as many copies as you need. Okay, I'm feeling. And this is part of the free printable pack. We have a calming, like 4 choices for calming. One of them is a breath exercise. One of them is like squeezes. One of them is like to push a wall or push an object. And one of them is a calm down corner. But for when we're outside of the house, some of those things, especially the calm down corner, aren't necessarily available. And so I decided to make this one instead. It's like a mini version. So the squeeze ball will always have, we can take a breath together. I'm going to let him choose a mini stuffy that can go in here too. And then a little like favorite car. So things that we can do to calm down when we are out and about. I'm going to put that next to the feelings one. Maybe I'll even, because it's like a photo album, so you can actually get double-sided. Maybe I'll put it on the other side because those two kind of go together. So I can have them. Okay, let's figure out your feelings. We can choose together one of the things. And if I have the bag with me, then we'll have access to all of those things. That's the idea, right? And then I have to reprint and do like the little cards that go on the choice board and stuff. But what I'm basically going to do, since these just fit in here, I'm going to take my little Velcros. I'm going to put them on the outside, this part. We're going to find out if this works. But this is where like having the cards the same size is nice because it works. This side works with the little Velcros I found. And so, let's see, so okay. So here, choose this or this. Choose one. So let me grab one of the cards that I have. Okay. So I just chose some simple ones here. So if we're wanting a snack and I have an apple and a banana, and then I show him, it says apple, he chooses apple, he puts it on, and that is his choice. And so it's nice too with this idea using the photo album is I can put the cards in the back and just store them there. And so I'm going to try that. I'm trying to decide, okay, I'm going to try for now, just slipping them in. But if that gets where I can't access them that easily, it depends on how many I end up needing to have out and about with me. But something I've discovered that has really helped me actually like use these more functionally is when you kind of have them on display all the time. You know, this probably is going to be better to do it this way. So if I put them, oh, he's crying again. Okay, well, I'm going to end the video very soon so that I can go attend to my little dude, but put them out. And I need to decide like which cards need to go out with me in public. But yeah, okay, so this is my commitment to you. I am going to actually put all these visuals out and be using them consistently with him as well as the ones we've already been using. I'm going to work on using them even more consistently, our daily schedule, all of these things, and especially instituting the travel bag. And over the next month, I'm going to do a weekly update, letting you know how he's doing with meltdowns and everything. And if these things, at least for us, seem to be worthwhile, so you can decide if you want to do something like this too. Oh, okay. I hope you're having a better week than we just had. And Thank you for watching. Let me know if there's anything you suggest me trying or that you'd like to hear more about. I hope you have a wonderful week.